This instructional video is for Unit 15, Lesson 2, Vocabulary, and nosotros commands. Let's start with the pronunciation of Unit 2, Vocabulary, la contaminación, which is pollution. La contaminación, el pesticida, la pila, el petróleo, la fábrica, el desperdicio, el recipiente, el derrame de petróleo, químico, química, el veneno, la amenaza, la escasez, la falta, el recurso, la capa de ozono, la preservación, el gobierno, el recalentamiento global, tomar medidas, tomar conciencia de, dañar, agotarse, desperdiciar, limitar, detener. Now, detener is to stop somebody from doing something, okay, or to stop doing something. Okay, so an example would be, es necesario detener el desperdicio. It is necessary to stop waste. El medio ambiente. Now let's talk about nosotros commands. A nosotros command is simply when you're with a group of people and you want to make a suggestion to do something, you say let's, and then whatever the action is. For example, if you're with a group of friends and you're trying to figure out what to do on Friday night, you could say, let's go eat some hamburgers, or let's watch a movie, or let's chill out at home. Okay, it's always let's plus the action. Now, the way you do this in Spanish, I want you to take a look at these three verbs, and then I'm going to ask a few questions. Obviously, you can't answer me back, but they're just for you to think. So we have hablar, which is an AR verb. The nosotros command, let's speak, is hablemos. Comer, comamos. Vivir, vivamos. Now notice that AR verbs end in EMOS. If you remember back to the regular present tense, usually AR verbs end in AMOS for the nosotros form. So when we flip the ending to an E, so in essence, we're making it end like an ER and an IR verb, it changes the meaning. Hablamos with an AMOS just means we speak. But if you change that A to an E, hablemos, it means let's speak. The same thing with comer and vivir. These are ER and IR verbs. You are giving them an AR verb ending, AMOS. When you say comamos, you are saying let's eat. Whereas comemos, with the present tense EMOS, means we eat. Vivamos, let's live. Vivimos, present tense, just means we live. Now, let me show you some other examples. Okay, in case you didn't figure it out, let's take hablar for example. How did we get to that nosotros command? Well, this is the step. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the yo form in the present tense, which is hablo. We're then going to drop the O off the end. Then we're going to add EMOS for the nosotros command, which means let's speak. We're going to do the same thing for comer. The yo form is como. We drop the O, and then we add AMOS. Let's eat. Vivir, the yo form is vivo. Drop the O. and then we add amos. Let's live. Now, what about verbs like tener? What is the yo form of tener? Do you remember? It's tengo. Now, the yo form has a go in it, but that doesn't change how you do this. You drop the o, and then you add amos because it's an ER verb. What about salir, to leave? The yo form is salgo. Salgamos. What about hacer, to do or to make? The yo form is hago. The nosotros command, like let's make sandwiches, for example, hagamos. Okay, what about the verb pedir, which is to order? Pido. Drop the O, add the amos. Okay, so for most verbs in Spanish, all you need to know is the yo form, then you drop the O, and then you add the ending that goes with the verb. So this is the structure. Yo form, drop the O. For AR verbs, add amos. For ER and IR verbs, add amos. Now, here's an exception. The verb dormir in the present tense is duermo. Okay, and then you drop the O, and you're left with that. Here's the problem. We can't use that form. We have to also drop the E. Okay, the reason why is because duermamos is hard to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well. But if we take the E out, durmamos, it's much easier to say. Okay, and so this exception to the rule, and there are a few, but we're not going to learn all of them. We're only going to learn this one for now. This exception to the rule is because it's easier to say. Okay, and that's the reason why most exceptions exist in Spanish, is because the exception is easier to say than if you were to follow the pattern. So it's durmamos. Okay, and remember, by going to the yo form, dropping the O, and then adding emos or amos, what you're saying is, let's do this. Okay, so as a review, hablemos, from the verb hablar, to talk, let's talk. Comer, to eat. Comamos, let's eat. Vivir, to live. Vivamos, let's live. Tener, to have. Tengamos, let's have. Salir, to leave. Salgamos, let's leave. And now you can go ahead and practice your vocabulary for lesson 2 and nosotros commands.